everyone, and welcome to Live Full, a show where we turn your potential into wealth in all areas, absolutely all areas of your life. I am your host, Master Life and Business Coach, Brenna Cotto. Well, it is Monday, and if you're listening to me on radio, it's Tuesday. So it's what? Takeover Tuesday for you. Make it happen Monday for us. And on the Monday, it's exciting to wake up every day, fired up, excited, just jumping out your bed with what? Purpose and passion concerning the life you're living. So today I'm going to talk about a powerful topic. But before, I just want to let you all know that Live Full simulcast both in English and in Spanish right here in RTV and La Mega Mundial every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Tuesday on WSTX Radio 970 AM at 10 a.m. You can tune in and just listen to this actual audio visual. And I say visual, but it's an audio. And you can watch us through our TV network, Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, Roku, and Tempo. And you can actually download our apps on our streaming app.com. I'm slowing down a little bit because the other day somebody was like, Brenna, you speak so fast. I was like, okay. Our streaming app.com, which means what? That by the time 7 p.m. come Eastern Standard Time, you can download in the app and you can see me coming here live for whatever episode I am touching on for that day, right? So welcome everyone. Today, as a topic, I want to talk about honoring your past, empowering your present, and creating your future. That future, man, that you're going to be so proud of. And you know what is so beautiful? And I'm going to break it down in four bullets because it's what we call life, right? I don't think there's anyone that has escaped maybe some turbulence past, or if it wasn't as perfect as maybe you hear someone else's life has been, but you know what, that does not limit you, right? So we want us to look at whatever past you've gone through. Who's us? Just life, me and you, right? We want you to think about that you're gonna be empowered, right? So I want to say this, it wasn't your fault, right? Because as children, as young people growing up, sometimes we're put in situations that we're like, how did I ever get here? And sometimes you're so vulnerable, you're unable to remove yourself from that situation or that environment. So I would honestly say a lot of times it wasn't your fault, okay? So I want you to come very open, understanding if you're feeling guilt, condemnation, you're feeling like, this heaviness of like, I should have done different. I want you to release yourself. Even as I speak about this in this episode, I'll be talking with my notes. So if you see me looking down, please allow me for a minute because I don't want to miss anything. It's so important that you honor yourself, who you are today. The past it's gone, but that it was what built us, right? It made us who we are today. And then we have the responsibility to become that image, that person that is, that you see yourself becoming, even if you feel you cannot become that person. I want to talk to you if you're struggling with your past. I want to talk to you if if you're listening to me, if you're like, this past is debilitating me, Brenna. I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm trying, because I speak to people as a coach and they tell me I'm trying, and I do not ever undervalue or I say just tamp you down. No. I understand, and I want to tell you that there's a better way. There is a great way for you to get up and start to lift your head up and start walking in the direction that you, as a matter of fact, I'll say this, that God made you to walk, but all kind of obstacles chose that you shouldn't. So I want you to become very bold today and empowered that regardless of what you went through, God and you made it. I want you to take a minute and take a deep breath and say, I've made it. Breathe out, right? Sometimes we're so tight in our body. Sometimes we're so tight in our cells, everything, because we're carrying a lot. And then life throws other things in the mix, not just yours, everybody else's. So I want you to take a minute and say, you've made it. What meant to hurt you, what meant to take you out the game, didn't take you out. God is good. God is good. So the first topic and the first point I want to share with you is that the power of the past, we're going to use them as lessons, not as labels. I want to show you how to honor your past without being held hostage by it. There's so much that has happened in people's lives, right? Women, men. This is no exception of people. And I don't want you to label yourself, oh, this is what happened to me. I'm this victim. I'm a victim of XYZ. Oh, that's who I am. No, I want you to learn that we can separate what happened to us to who we are. There's a saying, and a lot of people talk about this, especially in the self-development platforms, where it's like, what happened to me wasn't to me. It's making me better. It wasn't to me, it was for me. As a matter of fact, yes, I didn't, and I'm not giving the approval. Please do not mishear what I'm saying. Oh, it was supposed to happen. No, but what happened that was beyond my control, I'm using it now to become a stronger version, a stronger person. I'm shifting from shame. I'm shifting from regrets into a phase of learning that, wait a minute, what are some of my takeaways here? I'm stronger than I even imagined, right? That I didn't break, even mentally, when things happened. I stood, and I know it was God, right? We have to give God the glory, and we have to give God the praise, because by him and his amazing love and grace, we stood. I know many of you say amen right now, because we know that we couldn't have done it ourselves. It was impossible. The pain, the heaviness, the trauma, everything we went through. Even when some people maybe doing these things to us, maybe were because they thought it was a good thing, but they didn't see that it was a hurtful thing, right? And learning what we've learned brings us even now to where we are, right? And I think there's a moment that we can pull away this gratitude to say, wow, I'm thankful for XYZ, not that it happened to me or it's whatever happened, but that I am better. And these are my lessons. This is the stuff I am building my house on. This is how I'm a better mother. This is why I'm a better wife. This is why I'm a better person to the world, to community, to my service to human being, to human life, right? So that is so powerful. And now the difference between remembering for growth, right, versus reliving it in pain, it's now what we call the cruise of the matter. I'll say the cherry on top, because you can regret all our life. We could be in shame, regret, in fear, in lack, in just pain. Remembering, better said, reliving versus remembering, because we're growing, right? I speak to so many people that say, this happened to me, and they're not you know what? They're not remembering for growth. They're reliving it in pain. And there's a part that I always talk about, I think you should, and I would give the advice of I think you should get professional, beautiful, awesome help. Because we have people that have been equipped with such gifts and talents to help people walk out of it. I'm a coach. I'm not a therapist, right? But there's therapy, there's counsel, good counsel that would help you remember and release what is not good, so that you can remember that this happened, but not relive pain. Guys, it's super important. There's a difference between, listen, you can be right here in the present, right here. You and I can be speaking, but you're not here. Some people, they choose to be in their pain, or worse, in the future, in fear, what's going to happen, or what's going to happen with my kids, or what's going to happen with my health, or what's going to happen with my finances. Brenda, but you just don't understand. And today I want you to think about, I'm honoring my past, but I'm empowering my present so I can live and create that beautiful future that I'm looking for. It is so important for you to build this muscle and this consistency, and more than anything is this discipline, right? That when you're trying to, even in your thoughts, you're being pulled back into the past, what they did to you, what your ex-husband or ex-boyfriend, ex-friend, you name it. It could be anything that you say that was the past. What I have learned is XYZ, and not relive it in pain, where it brings you back. There is a serious thing about going back to the past. It never brings, and I'm talking about a very negative past. Reliving a beautiful past is awesome, but regurgitating and reliving when it comes to the pain, that is very detrimental for all our health, first mental, physical, and overall our families, right? Have you known, or do you know anyone that every time you talk to them about a beautiful day, oh my gosh, such a beautiful day, and they're like, oh my God, it's just so horrible. And they constantly relive the past. Oh, you just don't understand. Oh, they're very negative because the pain is so like vivid. Never mind, this happened 20 years ago. Never mind, this happened maybe 10 years ago. Never mind, it happened 40, 50, 60 years ago. They're still there. I promise, if that's you, I want you to know there's hope. I want you to know that you can let go of the pain of the past by choice, and start reliving it. And I'm talking about remembering, rather, from a place of, thank God I've learned this. Okay. I want you to look at people. I'm pretty sure you know one or two people that had a very dark past, and sometimes they'll come to your mind, wow, that person, I remember when she went through that. I remember when they went through this, but boy, look who they are today. I want you to find those people in your mind and say, what can I do to emulate that life? And not in jealousy, not in covetousness, not in competition, but in like, wow, in a true, like, I like to say admiration of like admiration. When you admire people, admiration. You're like, wow, I admire how they did that. And I ask the question, how did you guys overcame this? How did you, like after all of that you went through, how did you do it? How could you like I always see you guys, or I see you live in the present. You're not in the past. You're not in the future. You're actually right here. You're always happy, right? And when they give you the answers, okay, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, it might be a very simple thing. A lot of times people think it's a deep thing. It isn't. It's a very simple thing. And I would say number one was a decision to choose different. They became responsible. They said, it wasn't my doing, but from here on forward, it's my responsibility to live happy. From here on forward, it's my responsibility to live full, to find the joy and the beauty in everything. And yes, I choose to forgive out of my will those people. I release them. You've heard me say this saying very much often. How do you lose yourself from inside, from the pain, from the hurt, from what they did to you? You choose out of your will. What is your will? Your mind, your will, and your emotions are the choosers given to us by God. He does not impose himself on us in terms of free will. He says, choose, and you choose to say, you know what? I release those people. I release that situation. I let it go. I ask even for myself, I ask for forgiveness, Lord, for holding this too much in my heart and creating it, like its roots of bitterness. If somebody, when they speak to you, you say something positive and they come back negative, or they have a face and they have an attitude and they're always like, let me tell you something, guys. It's not with you. It's with their past. They're upset with their past, their shortfalls, their indecision to make a decision to choose to have an amazing life. Because it's like as easy as 1, 2, 3, let it go. Could it be? I said some like that the other day. I was like, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. Yes, it is. What is hard is holding on. Oh my gosh, gripping to the past, just holding to their life, saying, I'm not changing. I'm not going to let him go. They're not going to get away free. I promise you, they're going to, over my dead body, they're going to know that. Now, you see, that is a lot of energy. It's easier. Guys, repeat after me. It's easier to let it go. It's easier to let it go. And I would say when the person gives you the answer, it might be as simple, we chose to let it go. We chose to, release those people. We chose to, forgive. We chose to, focus our energy on something more productive and more positive and just more, it was taking a toll. And I've heard this, it was taking a toll in my body. I just let it go. And I just chose a better attitude. And you know what? I let go and I let God. Woo! Can somebody write that one down? I'm gonna let go and I'm gonna let God. How about that? Let go and let God. All right. So this is a beautiful quote I wrote. Your past is not your prison, it's your platform. Your past is not your prison. Don't let it be. It's your platform. From there, you're going to stand and you're going to press forward towards whatever it is that God has predestined you to be. Number 2, the gift of the present. The gift of the present, the right now, is living in the now. What a beautiful place to be. The gift of being here. I'm talking to you and you're here. You're not over there. You're not over here, over there. If you see my hands, I'm moving left, right, middle, back. It's like, you can be in the beach, right? And you're present. You're seeing your children play in the water. If you have babies or kids, you're there with your spouse, or you're there just soaking it all in because you're present. You're not here thinking, I'm here, but I gotta go to work, or I'm here, oh my God, these people over here, or the pain, or you're angry constantly with something in your heart. And if it's not the past, you're not here because you're thinking about what's coming down the pipeline for the future. I'm here, but I gotta run. I'm here, but I gotta go because the past, the future, the past, the future, the past, the future. It's a very debilitating concept. I know the most amazing thing to do is to be present. Like if you're talking to somebody and they're like right there and they're there, they're there with you, right? Have you seen that? Or the other way is like you're talking to someone, all of a sudden they're, but what's going to happen with this, right? And I'm not saying, guys, don't hear what I'm not saying. Don't say, oh my gosh, she doesn't think about the future. No, the future, as I see it, and we'll talk about it, is built right now. Not in fretting, not in turmoil, not in anxiety, but in a very calm, productive, I said passive, but a calm, productive way, knowing that the future that you're building today in this present will come eventually, right? So present as it is power. Being here today and how being present is a radical, can I say this? It's a radical act of self-love. You love yourself so much that you don't want to waste today. I often put it in my stories, when I'm out, because I'm always out and about, either in the beach, doing business, whatever. But I'm like, what a beautiful day today. Today, it's a beautiful day. And I take it all in as an act of self-love. I'm here. I'm present. Thank you, day. Thank you, Lord, for this day. I'm here. I'm 100% involved in whatever blessing. Now, I'm not looking for the world to fall. Whatever blessing there is today, I am ready. I'm available. Somebody say, I'm here today. I'm present today. Whatever I'm doing at that moment, I'm here. If I'm speaking to my children, I'm present. If I'm speaking to my spouse, I'm present. If I'm working with partners in my businesses, I'm present. I'm not like in the future. Oh, you didn't do this in the past. No, we are present. You know how beautiful that is? That you have the person's undivided attention. Train yourself to be present. So in this same spirit, you got to let go of distractions. You got to let go of perfectionism. You got to let go of overthinking to fully show up. What's this one? We were talking about the gift of the present, living in the now. So we let go of perfectionism, which is in full force of fear. You don't want to make a mistake. You want to make sure everything is, all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. And guess what? Time passes by and nothing gets done. As a matter of fact, it was not even finished. So we are starters a lot of time, but not finishers, correct? I had one episode like that. I hope you heard that one. So the perfectionism, the distractions, people are calling and pulling on you every minute. We got to learn to say no. We got to learn to say no to the things that keep pulling you away from your present pulling you into something from the past, or God forbid, because the future's not here yet. So in our mind, that's the only place where we could go, to the past or the future, right? In our minds, there's no past. It's done. That is like the Bible says, is thrown into the fire. That day is gone. Today is what we got, guys. Today is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and we will be glad in it. It's not tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day. No, it's today. So I want you to think about today. Every morning when you wake up, who am I going to be a blessing to? Who's going to be a blessing to me? What awesome things are in store? Stop planning for failure. Woo! Come on. Stop planning to fail. We're in the Virgin Islands. So, we have mangoes. Stop looking for the next mango to fall or the next shoe to drop. Recondition your mind to be present. And the overthinking, should I do this? Not sure if I'm doing it. Overthinking is underdoing. I know, I've been there. I was a recovering overthinker, recovering people pleaser, recovering distracted person. From me, I'm telling you, so many things. But you have what? The responsibility, to choose different. Oh, this is a great episode, because this episode wakes you up in your inner man. And I'm snapping my fingers, because I feel like, wow, I wake up, Brenda. I don't know about you, but I speak to myself. I say, oh, come on, get up. You gotta get things to get done and make quick decisions. We can change course in the middle. If it doesn't allow, I love to say, if it doesn't serve me anymore, I'll make a change. So powerful. So powerful. Right? Mindfulness in your day, meaning present. What am I doing right now? I'm drinking a cup of coffee. I'm enjoying this cup of coffee. I'm taking a break. Mindfulness. I'm here. I'm present. If you're talking to your parents, if you're talking to your friend, I'm present. Right? I'm listening. I'm not running to and fro. I'm present. Being fully engaged with your purpose, right? With the people and any process that you have to have in place for that day. Your mindfulness is there. You're actively engaged. You're an active participant. You're not letting it go. You're not, oh, I gotta go here. I'm here, but I gotta, I have what we call it, a piece of sandwich in my mouth, and I'm running out the door because I have to. No, we're orderly. We're orderly. Okay. A lot of times we struggle to prioritize ourselves first, right? And this is where a lot of comparison and guilt comes. So I speak to my ladies, right, who struggle to prioritize yourselves. We're wrapping up this first quarter. I want you to think about, did I prioritize myself this first 3-4 months, whatever? Was I a part of my life? Take a minute, because we're talking about the gift right now of the present, using it to springboard into the future, right? And when you look, if you're feeling a lot of guilt and you're looking to the left, comparing with Susie and Mary and Jody, and I can't believe she went where, oh, look at her, she's on a vacation, and this one is on that one. And I want you to know that they've made choices, and so can you. There's no reason to be jealous. There's no reason to be in what we call it, jealous, or in competition or in comparison. That is a sign that you're not giving yourself a priority. So take a minute, because everybody has a life. We were driving the other day, Koto and myself, and I said, wow, it's amazing, isn't it? We were like reflecting as we were driving how beautiful life is, and that everybody has a life and we all live it differently. And not only that, we live it exactly how we're choosing, because we're not imprisoned. We're not tied nowhere. We're free. Okay, so this show is Live Full. And my goal in this show is to set you free mentally, emotionally, and that spiritually as well. That you were born for more. Okay, now my last, I have 2 more, and I better hurry up because my time is running out here. But the vision of the future and how you're dreaming with intention, right? I want to encourage you to dream boldly. In this case, as we go into the future, right? And that everything you're working on presently connects to what you're looking to do a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 10 years from now. So you're actually dreaming boldly without apologizing. Oh my gosh, you know how many people apologize? Brenda, I'm so sorry. I don't want to sound greedy. Stop. Maybe someone else don't want what you want, but if this is what you want, I want you to dream big, and I want you to dream boldly, and I want you to put yourself out there and work today for that dream. Woo! I'm getting excited. And then the importance of vision and action, not just hoping for a better future, but creating a better now that brings you a better future. Hope is great. Hope is good, but vision with action brings you the results you're wanting, okay? And I want you to know that preparing for the future doesn't mean rushing the present. Woo! No. The future comes eventually. So I was going to say but I'm not saying but. So whatever you are, and I see Legos, right? You know, when I was a young girl, I used to love to work with Legos or little sticks, and we used to build little houses. My mom bought me these beautiful toys. It was so entertaining. I could have spent hours. But I see this. I see that every brick and every wall and every foundation you're doing right now is going to build the house you and I will live in. Well, I speak for me. Whatever I'm building right now in my present will bring me to my future. You know, and I love this quote from Abraham Lincoln that says, the best way to predict your future is to create it. I'm a quote girl. It's like the parables, right? Parables are powerful. They were powerful because it was truth. So the best way to predict your future is first by creating it. When? Today. So in wrapping up, let's go to the fourth one. I love the fifth one right here. Is a powerful one, which says what? Bridging the three. We're integrating these three powerful topics or bullet points for a full life, right? Which is living in the right now, the power of moving. So these are the things. The past teaches you, the present empowers you, and the future pulls you forward. How amazing. This is how we can honor our past. This is how we could be empowered right now by our present and truly create in a year, 2, 3, 4, or 5, that life that so many people will be like enviable. They're like, oh my gosh, how did you do it? By adding these three together. So we're bridging the three of them to develop a beautiful life. Now, I'll leave you with this from a beautiful book, Mr. Cotto. Actually, I saw we were speaking about this topic today, honoring your past, present and your future. He says, Brenda, I think this will be great. He said, chapter 15 of Grow While You Sleep. Grow Rich While You Sleep. Great book. Chapter 15. It says, the philosopher once said, it is the memories of the past and the fear of the future which makes our present so difficult. May I read that again? It is the memories of the past and the fear of the future which make our present so difficult. Today, when you're hearing this episode, that's no longer you. No longer you. Because we now know we're going to springboard from the past into now our present, moving forward into our future. I love you guys. I want you to take this information, not just hear it, implement it. How can I? And start making those little changes. As a matter of fact, go listen to this episode one more time. I might put it here on YouTube below. I might even leave you a document so you can start what we call brainstorming and start developing that lifestyle and that life that you so dream of and you deserve, because what you've gone through doesn't define you. That is not who you are. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.